Welcome to the Uncomfortable Truth Podcast. I'm here with these lovely young ladies. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Sade.
I'm JC.
Oh, y'all already know me. I'm Rome Beach Go Hard. That's me.
Lamar, the CEO. Okay. So, yeah, a lot been happening in the past couple of weeks. Like, it's been crazy out there.
I mean, yeah, man. We got aliens popping up in Vegas and all that. Like,
we also got that ship.
Yeah, that submarine. Yeah.
Submarine missing. Yes. We got the fire that made the sky in New York.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. So it's been a minute. Like
we went through a zombie apocalypse.
So what somebody told me is that what happened was they have a lot of like poison ivy trees out there in Canada, and basically when those trees when they burn like that, the oil that you get from those leaves cause the sky to basically turn that color orange.
Okay.
So, but then it's like I'm looking at videos with them pouring fire.
Oh yes.
On the forest.
Yes, I see
and
that.
I'm like, yo, like this is crazy to me. And people is telling me that's how they control the path of the fire. And it's like, wait, but why not just the water?
Well,
not every fire could be put out with water.
Not enough
You're
water.
obviously not a fireman, so and not for nothing,
right? And not every fire could be put out with
that. Yes, because remember, a grease fire cannot be put out.
Now, dirt it'd be a good source. Dirt, sand, stuff like that. It'd be a good source to put out a fire.
I understand that, but why fire though? Yeah. Like why burn more trees?
Never heard fire.
But Native Americans used to do that back in the day.
They
controlled the forest. Every certain amount of years, they burned the forest.
Yes, they did.
You know,
and that's why it wasn't a whole bunch of forest fires and things like that, because they knew what to do and what seasons to do it and what time to do it.
Yes.
And so when the white men took it over and the colonizers took it over and they sent them away, and you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't know how to do that or care. So they built houses on places that's eventually gonna burn down.
Okay.
Yes, like people do forget. Like
nobody could be Mother
Nature. For example, like you ever heard of the mystery flesh pit?
Yes.
Yes. So like you heard about it. So basically, cousin, you never heard about it. Sade, you never heard about it. So basically, in Texas, it was a guy. He found a cave. He was at the cave. He realized he was inside a giant monster. So he turned it into an amusement park. So like it had like baths and stuff like that, and like the juices from the monster was like an aphrodisiac. So people used to have orgies inside of it. Kids wasn't allowed. Coca-Cola used to put some of the fluid from the monster inside they drink for Valentine's Day, so people get turned on. And so eventually the monster woke up. It's a picture of like a finger, and like it's huge. So you tell how big the monster was, and so the people didn't know how to put the monster back to sleep. So they went and got the Native Americans that was close by, and they put the monster back to sleep, and they closed the thing down. So now if you was to go there, it's like a big fence saying people are not allowed there.
That's crazy.
I do not believe any of that.
I've been hearing like they have caves and like.
No, it had to be real because they got pamphlets.
Yeah.
It's records of it. It's records of it. It's records of the deaths. It's records of everything I'm saying. It's clothes.
What?
It's records of it. Coca-Cola. Like I said, Coca-Cola had a drink back then.
Coca-Cola.
Yes.
Yeah, but how could you live inside of a monster?
No, the monster was asleep. But they was digging.
How could you dig inside of a monster that's sleeping? He can't feel it. It can't feel it.
But
it
like,
has no
if you think about the Bible, there's several monsters in the Bible that's huge. Look at the Leviathan. Look at what's it called? The Oculus. What's it called? The snake that bite its own tail.
It's a lot of stories.
So like that could be one of those monsters for all we know. You know, and like you said, it's conspiracy now. People probably don't believe the story, but like. It's documentation of
them things live for years. So, you know, I mean, supposedly, like they have like lifespans that last thousands of years. You know, but I was watching something.
I don't believe in anything that I can beat. Because not for nothing, if it's a monster or anything, the human species or race is above all.
So yeah.
Well, Not necessarily though.
It's a God, but God is not a.
Yeah,
spirit,
but
you know what I mean?
not necessarily though, because I feel like
all of the living
we are top.
things.
We are
on top of the food
of
chain.
all living things. So if that's a monster that humans
obviously
are,
that nobody knows about.
Whatever's on top of us, we can't picture it.
That's true.
Yeah.
We can't picture it at all.
But see, like I'm going back to like, well, let's say beginning of time.
My thing is, who's the real monster? That's what I was trying to say.
But yeah, but you think about the
monster,
time.
or you know what I mean?
Yeah, word. Is it like a metaphor because
you know what I mean? So that's why I don't be like aliens.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So only reason I believe in aliens is because
I believe aliens.
We are living beings.
More true than a monster.
We are living beings. The fact that we are living beings, it gotta be something else out there. If space is real, if planets are real, galaxies are real, there gotta be something else out there.
Like space is a big, a huge place. Like we can't sit here thinking like, okay, we are the only ones that have life in this whole entire universe. Like we can't.
This from old text alone, it tells us that there were several creatures that was created before they got to Homo sapien.
Yeah, definitely.
So we never know. Like this probably like humans in the water that could swim. This is why they got camel books like Aquaman and all this. No, they probably have all this stuff.
I was reading something that said Adam and Eve was not the first human beings. They was the first successful creations. Yes. And it's basically
the first ones to disobey. Basically.
I guess so.
I guess they're the characters that was worth telling in the
story because they did something different. They actually made it live the longest after
Yeah.
Basically, you're saying that, like they were science projects, like they was like
it was able to
the
see.
ninth. It was like 9B.
Yeah.
But isn't it everything?
Yeah.
Because when you look at like these aliens, right, and they go from planet to planet to planet collecting samples of humans.
You mean the movies of aliens doing that?
I believe that's a real thing.
I just feel like allegedly in some place. I can't believe I'm saying this
because there's people that's been abducted and they like listen. They did some type of surgery.
We don't know that they have been.
But they're pulling foreign objects out of these people. like this metal ain't from here. You know, like
now they from Wakanda, y'all.
Like this, like
I feel like Wakanda is a real place, and I feel like
Wakanda is Africa.
I don't know about
because not for nothing. Why not?
I feel like there's a lot of truth to that movie, and I feel like
it is a lot of truth to that
because
movie.
we make up a small percentage of a race.
Yeah.
What is that name? What is the name of that movie?
That Wakanda could be real, and that everywhere we dominate at, they tend to want to take over. And it's like, why our motherland? You get what I'm trying to say?
Because my thing is that when you look at that story of Black Panther, I'm like, this sounds a lot like the Anunnaki people,
the tribe that's on that island that the priest went to see, and the priest was asking them to become Christians, and they was like, don't come here, and they shot at him, and then he went away, and then he came back a second time, and they let him come to the island, and he never was seen again. That story, because not for nothing, I thought that too. That's the only way that could happen.
Even a Rothschild would mess with those tribes.
Yeah,
you feel me?
That's crazy.
But like,
I only need one example. You know what I'm saying? To never ever go back. Right? To never ever go back again.
But as you were saying towards the like it being truth, like it is truth in that movie because if you think of every technology that's prominent in our world was created by a black person. Yeah, you feel me? It was just patented by a white person.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Right. They took the blueprint and what we,
because we didn't know how to do it.
Because our ancestors didn't know how to do it. But a lot, because the Asian community.
No, Asians got it too. Like they the ones that started pasta.
Yes,
they the one that invented pasta.
Yeah, they did a lot, much more than that. Like they did a lot. They really did.
We would have guns if it wasn't for Asians.
But for us,
paper, a lot of stuff.
But for us to make such a small percentage, it's like why are we?
But if you think about it, they just mass produced it. Asians just like popularized it. They had to learn that from Egypt.
You have to think about this.
No. I say that because
it's on two separate sides of the world. So they have two separate.
Yeah, go ahead.
Things that they that we did and we invented, the Africans and them.
But the reason I said that was because the Asian people had a dynasty in Egypt. It was called the Hittites. They was the Asian people that migrated to Egypt, conquered it, and ran it as a pharaoh, stuff like that. So when they got ran out, they had all that knowledge. So when they went back to Asia, they had all that knowledge. This is what I'm saying.
And they also bought knowledge from where
exactly. Yes. That Asia, India, and Egypt, they knowledge is crazy.
The Native Americans too.
Right. The Native American too.
Earth knowledge, like you know what I'm saying, like they really paid attention. Yes, they really paid attention to the earth.
Yeah. Like we never connected. We don't know what a tree's saying now.
Yeah, the soil.
Right.
Like
we all take it from everybody's culture.
You ever heard of grounding?
No.
So basic grounding is when you take your shoes off and you put your feet in the dirt, and you stand in the sunlight and in the dirt for a certain amount of time, probably 15 minutes. Probably less. I don't know, but like I seen it a couple times. I want to try it. You feel me? 'Cause I heard like people doing that. It's like the electricity from the earth, like it calms your body and like it like give you like it wakes you up a little bit. You feel me? So like
maybe that's why people in the South walk around barefoot.
That makes sense. They all more connected than we are. Because they hunt. They hunt.
In other countries,
that comes to the idea of coffins. I feel like we should just be wrapped and put back to the dirt, being as though we're gonna decay anyway. Who came up with the idea of putting people in a box?
Yeah,
I know back in the day with the
person
HIV,
that sell boxes.
But in the, when the HIV and AIDS epidemic came out, they was separating the people and putting them in wooden boxes that came with the infection.
I see.
A lot of queer people and gay people, stuff like that.
Yeah,
and you couldn't identify them or go.
Yeah, it's a lot of reasons for boxes because they used to bury people and they used to put like stakes in them.
Or white sheets. Why you just don't put me in white sheet and put me in the ground?
Yeah, like because they thought people was vampires back then, so they staked them and stuff like that and put rocks on top of their body and stuff like that, so they won't wake up. But like you said, why not just like cremate them and turn them back to ash?
No, don't turn me back to ash. Lay me to rot right there. Put me back to the soil.
Yeah.
Wrap me in the sheet. They still do that places.
Nah, definitely. But like, I think it's they got
the same price as cremation.
But
though.
we live in a city. We live in cities. So and we live by a government. So like. I think they gotta embalm people. I don't think you could be buried legally by being embalmed.
Well, the thing is, you gotta remember what happens to a body once it sits too. It starts to stink.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
they gotta embalm it.
Yeah.
For me, I think that's the law. Just like how you can't collect water.
Right, you can still embalm the body and then wrap the body in a sheet and then lay it back to the ground. You can still do the whole process.
You're just not inside the box.
I'm just not inside the box.
I just don't want to mess up my organs and all that. Because they still organs and all that.
Yeah, they still
Why you don't want?
No. So like you said, you want to just be buried in the ground, but like before you be buried in that ground. You might be cut up in 10 different pieces. They may take your arm, your leg,
what you gonna do with your organs?
I'm just saying, like, I don't want to be mutilated by these people.
You wanna be buried with everything that's
on me. I don't want to be mutilated by these people. And like in this society we live in, that's what they doing. Like, you feel me? And that's what they and like.
Well, I got a 50-50 thing with that because it's like if you have a sick child and your child need an organ, and you want to save your child's life. You will want somebody to give your child that organ.
Yes, if it's hand in hand, yes.
But he want to die with all of his.
Taking for science,
right? But
not to give it away to somebody.
No. Now, see, it's different.
But if you become an organ donor, you can give it away. But he want to die with it.
It's different. It's different. It's like if I'm on my deathbed and somebody need my organ or something like that. It's like that. But like. For me to check a box at a DMV, it's crazy to me.
I get that too.
You feel me? And like, I know what they do with blood when you donate blood. You feel me? So me knowing that, and if y'all don't know that, basically only 20% of blood that's donated goes to hospitals. The other 80% go to corporations. and they sell it to people for thousands of dollars to cure certain diseases or for treatment for certain diseases.
What?
You feel me? So for me, knowing what they do with that, imagine what they do with the organs. Like for me, my appendix got taken out. What they did with my appendix? Put it in a jar. You feel me?
I think you could ask her.
No, I'm saying, but I didn't know that back then. But I'm saying, we thinking about it now. It's like what they do with my appendix. You feel me? What do they do with people's tonsils? You feel me?
What do they do with people's abortions?
Abortions. You feel me?
I mean,
I
they use
the
stem cells. Stem cells.
And they create stuff to help you live longer. Because if you was to get sick and they
so
they say
Yeah.
Sometimes. But
so they say.
Oh my God. Well, a lot of stuff did happen. Like a lot of celebrities are dying and people are dying of overdoses still. Like it's ridiculous. They're saying that it's fentanyl on the grabba.
Yeah, it's not the guava.
Yeah.
Nah.
They saying that somebody's putting fentanyl in the grabba.
But they've been saying that the weed that was coming is gonna have fentanyl in it though. I was watching one of those Vice things on YouTube, and they was like, it's coming. Like,
Nah.
Because they're gonna need a way to make the weed a symbol of something that's bad.
No, it's to get you more hooked.
And to get you hooked. I was about to say that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the badness come at. Because before, this is a drug that
you could just
do and you're not overdosing. And now that is legal and they found a way to make money off of it. Every drug that they make money off of is a lethal ass drug.
They even put fentanyl in the guava now.
You know what?
That's what she was just saying.
Just saying. You know what's crazy though? Like, they're not doing it to every community.
Oh, definitely not. Think about it.
They're still trying to find a way to take us down.
Now think about it. You ever notice we the only neighborhoods with 99-cent stores?
Oh, I mean,
no, they stores are pay lot less and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's they dollar stores.
Yeah.
But we got family dollar.
Like we have liquor stores and they have wines and spirits.
But see, the thing is, right?
Yeah, they're liquor stores that mean fancy things. It's
when you look at stores like Family Dollar, right, and they have these foods in there, and it's like you look at these ingredients, a whole bunch of GMOs. It's not good for us. And I see
every
people
corner store, all of them.
I see people in there going shopping with their shopping carts, and it's like, how do you fill your house up? How do you give this to your kids? Like, it's crazy.
Everything is garbage. I was thinking that the other day when I was in Sade's corner store.
Well, that's why people should not shop heavy.
No, it's not that. That's what they put in the hood. We have the corner store. That's where we eat from. But that's where we use all of our money at, in the corner store.
But Obama signed something called the Dark Act, and what was it? I think it was.
That's why they don't want our food to be hot.
A
lot of stuff could be killed if you heat your food up.
But
so everybody with food stamps don't get no hot food.
More quality meals.
Right. But see, the thing is, right? These foods have certain chemicals in it, like these genetically modified foods.
Yeah, that they make
that causes us to have certain health issues down the line. It don't affect us right away, but it's gonna affect us in the future. And Obama signed is something called the Dark Act. If you look it up, basically these companies now they don't have to tell you that a food has GMOs in it.
What?
They could say they have to use a new term for it, so they say biologically engineered or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Another word is saying forcibly, made.
Yeah.
But look at like back to the
basically reading between the lines.
Yeah.
Like look at we got a relative that's on the Upper West Side, right? But it's in the projects on the west side. Good projects. The staircase is clean. I never seen pee in the elevator. I never seen pee in the staircase.
They get rats and stuff.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, it's on the Upper West Side. If you go a block down, this is where people got condos is at. This is where luxury senior citizens homes is at. But my point was, the supermarkets that's over there is Key Food, Cherry Valley.
I got that.
And that. But now
they got a Cherry Valley over here too.
But now Whole Foods is all the way on 86th Street. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's not near the projects.
Yeah.
It's on 86th Street.
Right,
so they can get those people that's in those high-rise buildings.
They also have access to cars.
And
Uber money.
And they also know how to act and won't rob it. It won't. It's a lot of.
I can't agree with that.
Because it's a Whole Foods that wants to
some of those white people.
They oh my God.
I feel like they get happy when the black person come in the store. They be like, "Oh snap!"
I was about to say that because not the robbing. It's more like vandalizing it. Because the white person will rob. But they're not gonna vandalize it. They come in there and they rob it. The glass is still there. You know what I'm saying? Everything, and I think that's the main thing because where I'm at, I get the nice stuff. I'm in the boondocks, so you're gonna pay a little bit more. You do get a fruit and vegetable stand and stuff like that, and it is a dominantly black area. Foreigners, all type stuff. So there are areas where they do feed us a little better. But the 7-Eleven is scared.
But
you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes black people just don't know how to act. It's their community. They're doing it to their own community, and then
you also gotta know how to eat. Like I seen
that too.
I seen somebody. They went on vacation. This guy and this girl on vacation. This is what I mean, and this also I'm gonna get into when we get to the part about relationships and stuff like that. Like the guy and the girl, they went on vacation to Hawaii, right? They realized the food was too expensive. Every restaurant, everywhere they went, was very too expensive. Like, for me. So she said I could cut the cost by just cooking. So on their vacation, she cooked every meal inside their Airbnb. You feel me? So like it's all like you said.
That's what an Airbnb.
It's how to eat. You gotta.
And
it's all
everything
what you
is
eat.
taught by a phone now. Everything is easy. So your neighborhood don't have as much good food, but you can still make a healthy meal. You
can go right to the store and put your phone camera to the phone to the item, and it will scan it and tell you if you should eat it or not. They got a lot of apps like that.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Or healthier meals. Everything is a touch of a button now. And I feel like if we get together and actually care and keep the community looking a certain way,
and not looking actually
and doing right, because now it's gentrified now. So I feel like it's gentrified, right?
Like I hear people like a lot of people say like even Jay-Z said it himself, like why would he buy Marcy Projects? Like it's not about it's not about making money. You feel me? Because either the Jewish community, they bought the projects on the
Williamsburg.
Not Williamsburg, but what's the one on the FDR? When you going down the FDR, you see a projects right there. It's a Jewish project that they bought. I forgot what it's called.
But they got one in Williamsburg too, because I went there and I seen all the Jewish kids playing on the playground. And I said, "Oh snap!" And I went inside the building and I said, "Oh snap!" Like it's all Jew. And I was fixing a computer for a cop one day, and I said,
I think it was you. I'm about to tell that story.
I said, "Yo, this is crazy." I said, "How did you get in this building?" She said, "Well, they kind of feel protected since we're police and we live here." So she said they give us a break on the rent and all that. I said that is so crazy.
Look, only because he's black. If he's black, because he's a cop, he was able to go and live in that building. But like I'm saying, like this is why, like if I was to buy a project,
it's the image that you want to keep. You want the stuff to keep coming in. You don't want the drama and the bad energy all the time. So it's how you act.
If I was to buy a project, I'd probably like fix it up by floor. You feel me? Get people hotels or whatever. You feel me? And then like I would start like some kind of program. Those kids, like y'all gotta work. Like this I got this program. Like, what do you want to do? Like if you want to do this, what do you want to do? I draw. Like draw some pictures. I'm gonna get you an art gallery. Like you feel me? Like, you feel me? Like I'm gonna do stuff. Like you feel me? And then like the community aspect. Like look, you could actually get people in the neighborhood to actually take care of the neighborhood, clean the building, clean the elevator, mop your hallway. You feel me? Like you feel me? Like you feel me? And then like the staff, like housing, they don't do shit. You feel me? The night staff don't do shit. You feel me? So like if you see them not doing shit, fire them and get somebody that's gonna actually do the job.
People gotta understand.
You can't do it because it's being done. If you go to Manhattan, it's being done.
Well, people gotta understand.
Parts of Manhattan. It's not all the projects in Manhattan.
I've been to
some
people gotta understand.
I live in the projects and I clean my hallway. I leave a broom and a dustbin in the hallway and a mop.
But I was gonna say people gotta understand. Like we all live here. You know, like it's our job to keep this clean as a whole. It's like when people that's why start to rob and loot their neighborhoods. Because like you live here, dummy. Like what are you doing?
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like they could actually do stuff. Like for me, like instead of like once a year you doing summer youth. You feel me? You know, like you could actually give these kids that's 14 and 15.
It's a program from 14 to 24.
No, but I'm saying like
all year round.
Yeah, but
now no, it's not all year round. Summer youth.
No, another program.
It's a different program from housing. They help kids from like you said, from 14 to 24, and it's all year round.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
a Reese
crazy.
program. They put them in school. They teach them a trade, and you pay. And not only that, if you work seasonal, your rent don't go up.
The funny
so there's
thing
a
is,
lot of programs out there. People just want to stay. They feel like the projects is meant for you not to do nothing. And that's the problem. And now the rules change. It's not like before.
But I feel like that's why it's called the projects, because
but it wasn't
it's
for
like,
us.
No, but I'm saying that's why it's called the projects, because it's like, all right, cool, we're gonna throw all these black people here and see which ones is gonna make it out.
But they didn't.
No, that's not.
They didn't. It wasn't for us.
I understand they didn't.
For white immigrants that will move into them, and that's what they was built for. For them to move in, pay a little bit of rent, save their money, and then move out and buy a house. And that is what they did.
It's just harder.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, let's see who's gonna make it out of the projects. Let's see who's gonna make it out of the hood.
Right, but now it's not called the projects.
Remember, Jay-Z said, he said, you know why it's the projects, because it's a He said it in the song.
OJ.
Something for a short period of time.
It was on the song with John Legend. It's some places we can go. I forgot. It's on Blueprint 2, I believe. But I was like, yo, that makes total sense.
But is my thing right? Today's time, is it a project? That's my.
No,
it's not a
no. Like, it's hard to get out the projects now. Like, if you don't know, like,
I feel like
this is why that's why I'm gonna go to another topic. But we can change this topic now. Like, look at people that do OnlyFans. Look at people that do porn and stuff like that. There's ways to get rich that like there's people making millions of dollars just by making a coloring book, just by making this and that. You got people that's getting rich just by making a clothing line. You feel me? By doing drop shipping. Like, you feel me? And like, these people
as
doing
OnlyFans,
they still no. Yes, but like, a woman has more power than a man.
So you want
me
people,
doing it? I'm saying. Look at the female. Look at the female that got locked up recently for got the BBL, and she put the drugs inside her BBL. You feel me? She made a lot of money selling leggings and all that. You feel me?
But she wanted more money.
Yeah, she wanted more money, but like, cause her lifestyle. But like, I'm just saying, like,
how did they know she had the drugs in her BBL?
Cause the dog alerted them.
Oh my goodness.